I'm going to teach you how to configure the VCV Voicebank. I have this pre-configured to make explaining it a lot faster. Basically, you have to duplicate it for every single sample. Now, this hyphen represents where a breath would be, and this is the first consonant. You put the green between in the middle of the empty space and right before the consonant. You put the red at the very beginning of the consonant. This would be different if it was like ba, so I'll do that one later. Now, to take the very end, you go to the very end, all the way down here, and you drag it, the cut off, towards the beginning, so you only have the first sample. Keep in mind you have to have space between, an empty space between or before the character. And for the next one, since it's ah, you need to have in the pink space the end of the previous consonant and the beginning of the next consonant and a tiny bit of the vowel. And you move the empty space at the end of the vowel you're using. Do the same thing for this one. And for this one, this is ba, it's a little different. Set, then launch editor. Okay. I have a little too much space at the beginning, but that's alright. Move this. If you can't see the consonant, then use this view. Go to the very end and move this. Keep in mind it does not scroll when you keep dragging it to the left, so you have to scroll manually. It helps a lot if you base your voice bank off of a different one. So you can take the auto file or the file that has the information of how to configure it, and you paste it into yours. That way this is all done for you. You just have to go in and make minor edits so it fits your voice bank. Configuring a VCV voice bank will take hours, if not a few days, to do, because there is a really big amount of configuring to be done. So this is not for beginners. I've been doing this for about a year and I've got the hang of it. Okay. And rarely will you find someone willing to help you configure a VCV voice bank. Okay, so look for the consonant. Should be about there. Take the green, move it to the center. About there. Now, duplicate it and change this up here. And since the previous is ba, you only write the vowel for the previous character, which was ah. Then you write the next character in Japanese. Set, launch editor. Now you just move the beginning over to the right. The end should move with it, but if it doesn't, then just move it yourself. It doesn't always move with you. Now, move this over and place it so the red is between the consonant and the vowel of the next character, and the green is in the middle of or on the vowel of the previous character. Aba. So you hear aba. Click OK. That one's done. Duplicate it. That ends in A, so just add B. Set. Edit. You move it over. Okay. This should sound AB.
Abi.
You keep on going until you get to Uba, and then Abe. After Abe, you'd be done with that one. Click OK to save, and I'll show you an example of a pre-recorded one. Here's a pre-recorded. This one's not, the configuring is not done yet, but I took the audio file of a previous one I did and pasted it here, so I just need to make minor edits. Sadly, I'm only up to about here in the edits, so I still have all of this to go. But you can go into a regular song and just go one by one and edit those individually. So this is what it should sound like. Just if you click one note for VCV, that's what it sounds like. This is one of my own voice banks, so it sounds different. But again, it's not the best voice acting out there. So you highlight it, and again, you can change the length of the consonant with the tempo. And this is the same song from the previous tutorial, so you'll hear the difference, how this one sounds like it flows together, and how the previous one was really chopped, really choppy. So the point of the previous vowels is so in a way they finish the previous note and move on to the next one. And same with this. That way it sounds like it flows together, like someone's speaking and not a robot. Also, in order to change all these without doing it manually, you would need a plugin, which is up here in Tools and Plugins. This one right here. I'm not sure what that says, but everyone calls it the VCV plugin. If your voice bank is a VCV and you use the plugin, it will change all these to the correct notes if you have it configured. Let me change it to a regular voice bank that does not have that settings. If you have a voice bank that doesn't have VCV settings and use the plugin, it changes back to a CV. So that's how you configure a VCV voice bank. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to help. Thanks, everyone.